logo. I'm gonna use it. Welcome for this pretty early walk today. We are going to do Mariachi Plaza, where we are right now, to Little Tokyo, and then we are going to do Long Beach next week. I kind of messed up the schedule a little bit, and so I booked the snack test for the wrong day. So we're doing that tonight. Double stream, member stream for a Korean snack test, and we get to walk a couple miles over to Little Tokyo for Mariachi Square. It is actually pretty cool out today. It's a pretty perfect day for a walk. So we're in Boyle Heights, Mariachi Plaza. This is the heart of Boyle Heights, and really historic. This area is called Mariachi Plaza because in the 30s and 40s, mariachis stood out here waiting to be hired, kind of like Gower Gulch, right? Except that had cowboys. Lots of sun hats. So it's really been a cultural hub for the community. And this is a community also that is struggling to hold on to its voice, right? You'll see signs everywhere. So today there is no mariachi band playing, but frequently there is mariachi music here. I've heard it. This was a gift from the government of Jalisco, Mexico. This kind of shows our symbolizing the deep roots of mariachi music in Los Angeles. I feel weird walking up onto it, but I'm gonna. We'll walk a little closer. You can see Los Angeles. Oh shit. Sound check. I'm so sick of the sound check. Hold, please. Oh, thanks, Joe. Sorry, I was on such a roll till I heard sound check. Thanks, Tom. Let me know. I just turned on the noise cancellation. Sorry for the swear. It is the bane of my existence for as long as I can remember starting this live stream. Sound issues. So, Tom, it's actually pretty cool here today. Whoops, that's a little something for tonight that I stuck up. We are having that Korean snack test tonight, just a reminder. Boop. We'll get rid of that though. That's the overlay for the Korean snack test. It's not plugged in. Okay, hold please. I'm gonna put this thing down for a minute and make these people think that we're spies. I did unplug it and plug it back in. I'm gonna turn it off for a second. We'll spend the first 15 minutes just messing with the sound. All right, there's my message. I wish there was a way I could go back and edit this all out. So, all right. Well, that took the wind out of my sails, I gotta tell you. So let me get it back up. Haha. Okay, so 1930s. This was kind of the mariachi stomping grounds, cultural hub of Boyle Heights. This beautiful ornate bandstand was a gift of Jalisco, symbolizing the city's mariachi roots. We don't have any. So believe it or not, the Mariachis, fortunately, an ice cream shop. The Mariachis now just have. Oh well, hi puppy. I get really scared when strange dogs approach me. Um, so here are some Mariachis for hire. The veterinary clinic. Maybe the dog escaped from there. All right. So we're practically walking First Street all the way back to Los Angeles. It should be kind of an interesting walk. I wish it was sunset, of course, or a more interesting time of day or a gray day like we've been having. So this is the Boyle Heights Hotel. This is a mariachi hotel. So the Boyle Heights Cummings block, Queen Anne Italianate style, was built in 1889. This was a hotel that would serve the mariachi community. So, beautiful Cummings block. There is literally a bunch of interesting spots to walk in Boyle Heights. Um, if you want to go on a longer Boyle Heights walk at some point, let me know. I could definitely. Oh, fuck! I just walked into a bench. This is really a shit day so far. Sorry. I'll have to blurt that out also. Hey, Mel! Happy Wednesday. I know, I really almost always am looking out. That is, anything below my knees I just don't see. It's a huge problem. My shins look pretty, that actually just hit me under the kneecap. I'm a Capricorn, isn't that supposed to happen? So there are several bridges like this that go from Boyle Heights, which is where we are, East LA. If you're curious, go back to Los Angeles. One is the 6th Street Bridge, which we drove. I've driven it a couple times. It's sort of the bridge to nowhere. Right above us is the 101 North. Looks like a shite-tastic day to be on that. Oh, that car's moving kind of fast. I hate when there's no button to push to cross, even if it's just a people pacifier, which is kind of what I think. They don't really do anything. They're just there to give you some kind of self or sense of control. So that's Pecan Park, or Pecan Park if you prefer. I know nothing about it, but there it is. I thought I would call it out. So we are literally walking back on, like next to the train tracks, back to Los Angeles. This is the way I just rode. I took the train, the Gold Line or E-Line train, sorry, from 7th Street in the direction of Atlantic. I've got this handy dandy map here, which says, when every time I pull it out, basically says, steal my wallet. Kidding. That's right. Summer's coming, Dan. I've gotta be able to fit into my Daisy Dukes. I'm kidding. I don't know what it is, but I kind of love that house. I kind of feel like I have not walked over this bridge before because I've walked over another one, but maybe I have. So we're going to cross the bridge. We're going to end up in the Arts District, and then we're going to move on to Little Tokyo. The Mighty Bull, it's good to see you. Let me fix my camera for 1 second. Hopefully the sound won't go out. There we go. It just looks crooked, right? There we go. All right. Rough start. I got this really... Hey, Kimberly, with no L. I got this kind of idea. I watched a movie, or part of a movie last night, about, it was the Zodiac, right? With Jake Gyllenhaal. I got an idea. Would maybe be like a members only thing, but where we could play like a game of Clue with a fake case throughout the city. I'm going to articulate that better in a post. Where we, of course, I would know what the solution was because I would have to write it, but we would just like follow clues. We could definitely use some tech, put it on the screen. I definitely would probably lock it down to members because it would be kind of weird if you joined in the middle of that. But I don't know. So far, it is a good movie. I just love movies that are set in like the 60s, 70s. I'll kind of wish it was Los Angeles. It'd be more fun. Well, not fun. It's a pretty horrible story, right? We could do a walk, though. This is blah, 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 blah. So I was just looking for movies to kind of watch. I never can really watch a full movie in one night. I fall asleep maybe a third of the way through to halfway through. So I don't know what happened at the end of this movie. Did they catch him? Is he still on the loose? Don't spoil it for me. Happy Hump Day! Welcome, welcome, Cecilia. Thank you, Javier. So this is the Pico Aliso train stop. This was right before Mariachi Plaza. And so the 1940s, this was a housing development, actually. And then governments replaced the sort of Russian flat. The government, of course, came in and replaced the houses that were here. Russian flats, I guess that would be this area, although it's Pico Aliso on the sign. Purgatory is a pizza place. I've not been there before. We're doing Korean snacks for members. That's tonight. We were going to do, I kept saying that, so let me explain Korean snacks. I was going to do that on a Tuesday. And so when I set up my dates, I set up a bunch of posts like last week, like 3 or 4, and I think I mixed up the date for the Korean snack taste testing, and I put it at 5:30, 6:30 on Tuesday or Wednesday instead of Tuesday. So last night we got all set up for it. You can see the picture. And then Joe's like, this is for tomorrow. And I can't, nobody was waiting. I can't back out of that to put it on today's date for some reason. There's something weird about doing that. So I was like, we'll just do it tonight. So double streaming, a double dose of Walking in LA tonight. One for everyone and one for members. So I was just, I don't know, space case, right? I need a personal assistant. Just can't afford to pay one. So I was thinking, and I don't know if you missed this, Cecilia, we would do like a fun pretend mystery walk where you guys solve a mystery on the walk. Kind of like a game for members. Think about it. You don't have to say stupid idea here, but I'm gonna flesh it out and I'll put a post. It would take a lot to put together, which I would love. And we could use some overlays and graphics. So most of the day Monday, I spent working on the overlay for the Korean snack taste test that we're having tonight. And the things that I really wanted to use, I'm just kind of limited by my computer and its memory and its speed. So the scorecard for tonight is a little formulaic, a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? 1990s Excel spreadsheet. But it is going to work, and I can update it live. I can't wait for these snacks to be off of our table. I just want to eat them all the time. Uh-oh. So there's our beautiful LA skyline. Well, you can't see it as well as I can yet. Looks like there's a fire over there. Oh my gosh, I really gotta watch my step today. So what you see over there, Union Station, that big tall yellow thing is the Metro building. The yellow hood-like thing is Union Station. The two domes is post office, zip code 90001. It's nice views, and it's just a nice little walk. Over there, I love seeing this building for some reason. I don't know how well you could see it, but it's not that building, the old Gentlemen's Club. It's the tiniest building just beyond the Palm in the center. It's the General Hospital building. Yeah, it's South District that we're going to walk through. Is this the bridge from They Live? There's like 8 bridges that crisscross the vast LA River. Sorry, that's a really great angle for showing you nothing. Let me zoom out again. There we go. Anyway, there are a couple bridges like this. And you can see the 6th Street Bridge over there. Those arches. So if you continue up the 6th Street Bridge, we end up at Pioneer Chicken. All right, let's hope that's not a fire over there. Let's walk back towards the city. You know, I don't really think about it, Cecilia, another person in sight. I have, it scares me more when I just see one person in the distance, TBH. So, I want to kind of like step out on this, but as you can imagine, it's not the tidiest spot in LA. Like, we could have walked to Pioneer Chicken, probably. I'm telling you, LA is so much smaller and spread out. I'm thankful that the city buses are here. So I've been making shorts and I've been using the Walking in LA song for Missing Persons, but I've been slowing it down a little. So there's one other person. I would be more nervous if I were her alone out here. Um, and I'm starting to get some LA hate. Looks empty, looks depressing. Um, I'm glad it's empty. You know I don't like bumping into a lot of people. LA is so spread out that there's room for everybody. We are gonna walk to Little Tokyo, another one of my favorite spots in the city. I say that about everything. I did post a Chinatown members only 4K video. That truly was one of my first loves of this city. Alvera Street and Chinatown. I used to wait at Union Station for my train. And I would hang out at Olvera Street and eat lard fried taquitos, and then I would go to Philippe. Our governor probably wants to, oh my gosh, that's so sweet, Mighty Bull. Governor probably wants to be president. That's kind of my guess. Which is, I kind of love Gavin Newsom. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm a lifelong Democrat with some super liberal leanings. So Little Tokyo, I did not really discover until like a couple months after being here for my very first year. And I fell in love with that also. I love to go to Little Tokyo. In fact, I probably have gone to Little Tokyo more since not waiting at Union Station than I have gone to Chinatown. But Little Tokyo is super busy all the time. And the first time I went to Little Chinatown, where I went to the like plaza, the colorful, fun movie set looking plaza, I went with a friend to take pictures. That's the only other person I've seen. He doesn't look very threatening on that bicycle. I could take him. Anyway, so I went to Chinatown to take pictures, and we were told no pictures allowed and to leave with our camera. The olden days, right? Now everyone's taking pictures. I hope this biker moves on, because I just want to point out everything that we can see from here, because he's ruining our view. I'm kidding. It's incredible. It's kind of like our greatest hits from one little spot. So we see City Hall. I hope he doesn't push me over the edge. You see that little glint? That's a Disney concert hall. And then our big cluster of buildings, just like in the silhouette of the LA emoji that I've created. So we will walk through an industrial area. I wonder what's down these stairs. I love a staircase usually. I don't know that that leads anywhere we want to go, but you know I love a staircase under a bridge. Trolls aside. So we have just crossed the LA River. We're getting close to the Arts District / industrial area. I think we just got a little more to go. We're gonna take a right on Alameda Street. Alameda Streets, sorry. No, but I can turn it on now. This actually, when I looked up this walk, it said it was 1.5 miles, right? The way I walk, it is, as I crisscross, it's usually not 1.5 miles. Here's the Moroccan. I love this club. I saw a Bibio sound machine here. I haven't done a deep dive walk through the Arts District yet. I think that what I will do is do the art walk this June. I have, went by the GABA gallery on the first, I forget if it's Thursday. I have it in my calendar though. I'll probably book it for the wrong day. Anyway, I have it in my calendar, so we'll hope that works out. But it's the first Thursday or Monday of every month. We went around and got to go into the GABA gallery, but I really would love to go on the open house night. I think that would be awesome to explore. That's Morocco. I think I could go. So welcome, you guys. Let me pop this out here. Here's our character for tonight. That's Snacky. He's eating a Korean snack. Again, just a preview for Korean snack taste test. What am I looking for? What do I want to do? Hey, 1-monthers, if I missed anybody on this, I want to thank you so much. I would love, that's what I'm intending to do, Brave Bull. I know that we all like art, so we'll all enjoy that. I also want to take a moment to thank all of my members for their support. We've got a date tonight. If you can't make it, feel free to rewatch it. Since we're not sponsored, maybe we'll play some music in the background. We've added another snack to the list. There's 12 in all we're gonna try. And then I also got some Korean horchata. We have a pretty busy week though. So 2 live streams today. Tomorrow we go to the fair. Friday, we're gonna live stream. I don't know that it's gonna be a mystery walk, but it will be a walk and a live stream. The mystery walks take a little time to prepare, and I love it, don't get me wrong. But I like them to be as professional as possible. Tonight, 6:30 sharp. We've already set up yesterday for 6:30. We've got the lighting there, the table set up. I'll have to clean it again, I'm sure. It's our kitchen counter. And the snacks beautifully arranged. All right, we are almost at Little Tokyo. Pacific Standard Time. I think Central and Mountain will be on at 5:30. Kidding. Do they still say Central and Mountain? Imagine being the one that got all the TV shows 1 hour earlier instead of like 6, 7 Central and Mountain. The 7. I'm thinking East Coast though. I don't think we'd ever get the West Coast time. I'm not sure. They probably don't do that anymore though. For Cecilia, I put the meeting maker. I'm gonna just keep calling it a meeting maker. I posted about the live stream already online. So to the left of us, we can see the Ritz-Carlton, and that's where LA Live is. In front of us, the cluster of the city, or the new city. we are going to walk all the way through Little Tokyo to my train stop. I could have taken the train from I can't even say it, Mariachi Plaza to Little Tokyo. Or I could have started off in Little Tokyo and walked to Mariachi Plaza, but this view is kick ass. And then walking on the bridge in that direction, not as delightful, but it leads to somewhere magical, and that's all that counts. Not every view can be $1,000,000 view. So if you see, back to LA haters commenting on the shorts, if you see any comments on there, I'm gonna just shut them down. We're not hating here. We've got other channels for that. I just made a I Love Los Angeles t-shirt, which you can get in the shop. I don't know if the pancakes code still works, but if it doesn't, let me know and I'll give you another code for 15% off and a hat. And then I made a hat that they wouldn't approve. So has anybody been researching fair foods? We've been watching like all these videos about what they're offering as far as food and bargain foods. They're jealous. I'm not really sure, Steph's. When I was went during January during the fires, right? I would watch like the news and the chat for the news and the stuff they would say about California as people were losing their houses and burning down was just disgusting. This is the JANM Pavilion, also Mocha. I feel like people have just some crazy ideas of California from television, and we did it to ourselves, right? Not everybody's a Kardashian. Oh, hey, Ty! How are you? Happy Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday. And then I thought Thursday, but not Wednesday. So this is the Los Angeles Hompa Hangwanji Buddhist Temple. Please don't kill me for saying it wrong. From 1925. There are a couple of temples down here. We are happy to see you. So let's cross over. Really? Excellent. Well, spread the word about the channel to some of your fans. There are a ton of good food spots down here. I tend to be a creature that of habit. So I'll show you where we usually go when we're down here. All right, people are talking politics and I just want to get away. All right. So this is the Japanese Village Plaza. I will. So we'll walk into the plaza right now. It hasn't changed much in like the 20 years I've been coming here. No matter what, also, it's not as busy as sometimes we've been here, like when you can't even walk. But it's always got a crowd. So the place Joseph and I always go to get sushi is right up ahead. I don't know if we have the luck or what it is, but every time we come here, we're looking down. Every time we come here, there's no one in the restaurant. And by the time we've been there for a few minutes, it's jam-packed full. So it's called Sushi and Terry. We love eating outside. For
All right, we can go this way.
Also, if you just want cheap snacks to snack on, this market right here, you can get cool stuff to eat while you're tooling around here. Yamazaki has some really great bread and drinks. I've been there also. No, this is kind of perfect though. These are all tourists, Thai. So in addition to the steamed hot buns are really great there. In addition to that, we have eaten, of course, at Cafe Dulce or Dulce, but Ramen Yamadaya. The best Japanese restaurant down here is across the street at Honda Plaza. I've never gone to Monkey Pants, but I like that they're called Monkey Pants. So here is the most awesome mall ever. Normally, I don't come on this early, but I'm trying to like organize everything for the rest of this month and for next month with the channel. So I haven't taken on any real work, but I will. So, vintage video games, characters, anime items. Thanks, Mighty Bull. And then the retro games. It's a dank store, brah. It's like a better GameStop. World 8 to 2. World 8 GTLA, that's what it's called. Better than a GameStop. Alright, we've walked out here before. I have yet to see another streamer out. Maybe they're in New York. It is. I just really do love this area. I talk about my favorite Japanese restaurant all the time, which is down here. And now I've been there like 4 or 5 times and I can never remember the name of it. Ooh. Literally, you could just eat your way through down here nonstop. So we're gonna circle back down because for once and for all, I'm gonna share with you my favorite Japanese restaurant. It is expensive by my standards. It's somewhere where I guess I almost said if someone wanted to take me to eat, I would go there, but it's kind of expensive, so I would not do that. I would be taking advantage of them. We walked through Honda Plaza recently, and I forgot to point out the restaurant. If I were going to walk around, and then I had noodles over on the next street at that restaurant that were really good, but I kept losing my signal and had to rush out of there. We always want to find outdoor places to do a meal, I think, or mostly want to find outdoor places. I sat on a tortilla today, not in my house, in Mariachi Plaza. So Honda Plaza is right up here. I feel like this has the best concentration of really awesome restaurants, and you cannot go wrong here. Spitz. I just got a whiff of most delicious, like, Japanese curry. So Honda Plaza itself is not that interesting, but it has a huge concentration of restaurants. And coincidentally, my favorite restaurant besides Sushi Oteri back in the plaza is located here. It's always happy hour somewhere, right? So at the sushi restaurant, I kind of play it safe. I love shabu shabu. If we're talking Japanese food, I love shabu shabu. For sushi, like I like pretty lame stuff, like a California roll. I'm not a big fish guy, but I do love sashimi. So this restaurant, you pay like I can't remember. And again, I'm not rich. You pay like a flat meal fee, at least at the time I came here. And then they give you multiple courses, like a delicious little piece of fish in some delicious sauce. I hate fish, but I could literally eat everything they drop in front of me. It is really fresh, and it's so good. So this is actually also not in like the really touristy area. I'm just trying to make sure it is this guy right here. Tinasha. So good. I don't know what it is about sashimi, but like I can eat that raw fish, but I cannot stand a piece of salmon to save my life. I had a boss once that used to love to come to Los Angeles and take us out for sushi or sashimi, and I really learned how to love sashimi. I'm not going out of my way for it, but you know, in mixed sashimi, in mixed fish company, I can do it. I did. It's tenache or something like that. I didn't want to get close to it because the next restaurant over has a line. I'm shy. Cecilia, yeah, you got a couple more days before Chicago. Hey, baby. Baby. Sorry, I said that funny. Hey, if it's your first time here, please like us with a little like or subscribe. And if you subscribe, chat. So we're walking back over to Little Tokyo because we really only licked the skin of the watermelon. Mixed fish company is a lot better than when I really was trying to avoid any type of wheat, finding people to eat out with then. Although there was a really great vegan restaurant, speaking of gluten-free, called Elf in Silver Lake that just closed. Yeah, it's so great. I can never remember the name of it though. Not too big, top notch, even if you get stuck sitting at the counter. I wholeheartedly recommend it. Also, the name is written in cursive, and they don't teach that in school anymore, so I'm having a hard time. It literally just smells like chocolate syrup from ice cream. It smells so good. So another really good place down here. So that's the Japanese Village Plaza that we just left. If you're not really in the mood for Japanese food, we have, oh, there we go. We have, you got some double chin action? I hope he's not talking about me with double chin action. Millet Crepe. This place is great. Yeah. It's soft serve and taiyaki. Maybe we should try it. Let's walk through here first and see what's going on. Actually, I probably should limit my sugar because I'm about to chow down on snack cakes, Korean snack cakes. I love snacks. Um, I'm about to eat so much bad for you stuff at 6:30 tonight. I'm not gonna walk. No, definitely not gonna walk to Chinatown today. Although we could. I'd like to put Chinatown. I like to do Chinatown with Alvera Street or by itself. I am going to be definitely doing a little extra cardio. So this little plaza, I know, sugar overload for sure. I'm gonna need, I don't know. I'm going to the doctor to do my due diligence on the 27th, I think. Hopefully this doesn't take me over the diabetes wall. All the donuts and fried I've been eating for the past couple weeks. I feel like that's entirely possible, Ty, and I feel like the reason that is because this area is so much better travel. Like every time we go to Chinatown, it's pretty empty in comparison. This is a Wednesday afternoon And Little Tokyo is full of tourists. Chinatown needs to get some of its mojo back, I feel like. They need to have more punk clubs there. So this is a little Zen garden that I've never walked in because we don't deserve these things, and it now has a gate that is locked. Show us your fit, LA. Oh, I'm wearing a really hot outfit today. Check that out. A nice J. Crew stripy boat neck t-shirt and some navy shorts. 5-inch seam. I like to show off my knees. So that's probably where we could go in if we could go in at all. But maybe it's best that they lock it and keep it peaceful, right? So there you have it. So what I want to see is I want to know when it's open. And maybe you can only get in through the building. I also, in addition to that, have on a Walking in LA khaki hat with an embroidered patch. It's made of 100% cotton twill, and I wear it for every walk. That's the truth. This area is always quiet. They're setting up for an event. It's the JACC, so Japanese American Cultural Community Center. This isn't really like a touristy place so much. But it would be a really nice place to just sit down on that crazy rock and spark up a doobie. Or whatever you want to do. Drink a Heineken out of a paper bag. I personally feel like it's more discreet to spark up a doobie. All right. I'm not condoning drug or alcohol use, by the way, or promoting it. All right, so I want to go on the other side of this plaza. I've never tried Somi Somi soft serve because the only ever place I've ever seen it is in a mall, and it's always has a crazy line because it was really like a TikTok or Instagram thing. They have like a weird fish shaped cone. I could be totally wrong. I would love actually nothing more than to try a pastry or a bowl of ice cream or a bag of sugar. I just think that I need to slow my sugar roll for today. But look at all the delicious things I could be eating. Rice Krispie square, full of M&Ms. Yeah, I just saw it. There was no one inside of it. We talked about getting an ice cream. I I love ice cream. And the fact that it's open, there's no one in there, and today I just shouldn't get an ice cream. We'll go back to Somi Somi though. Definitely not on a Saturday or Sunday because it's also pretty busy there on a Saturday and Sunday. I would really love to try it, but I don't know what a takoyaki is. Anybody? Takoyaki? I also want to do another ramen stream. Takoyaki, there it is again. I want to do another ramen stream. So I had ramen at Ramen. It was so good. I sat inside because, is that the place? Yeah. I sat inside and then we started losing the stream. So sad. Oh, I don't eat octopus for sure. Octopus, and I try to avoid bacon also. Octopuses are really smart. So I also love the little temple that is hidden down this. It's the Koyosan Temple. Oh, I've had Silver Lake ramen plenty. My favorite place to get ramen, I used to get ramen from, is called Gingergrass. I don't even know if it exists anymore. You would get ramen and a like crab fritter or shrimp fritter maybe. So good. My dad served a lot of octopuses and squids growing up. No, not for me either. But I feel like octopuses, we don't understand them yet. I've had calamari plenty at times. So I might have gotten the word wrong because somi, it must not be Thai, whatever that word is. I must be misremembering it, being the stupid American that I am. I had read an article maybe last summer about them building a octopus farm in Spain. And so they would build this really long or tall building where all of these octopuses would live together. Octopuses are also solo creatures, so they would have nowhere to go. They'd be all on top of each other. They also are emotional and sentient. I don't mean to be a real weirdo Californian Greenpeacer, but I gotta say, the more we know, the less we should go. As long as it's not octopus or octopuses. Although if I went to somebody's house and they served me that, I would probably not say anything. Like, I don't usually tell people that are taking me out to eat that I don't like fish. So I'm gonna find something. I don't know if they ever. I'm saying Spain. It might have been Portugal, but I feel like it was Spain. And I don't know if it ever got completed, but they do. They are solo creatures, and they shouldn't be like all smashed in together. So we're gonna walk through Wellicoat next. I'm definitely gonna get some tags from this place because it always plays the worst music. But before we do that, let's check this out. He loves some graffiti. That obviously is not graffiti. This is pretty cool though. So we'll walk this. Maybe I can make a short out of this. I'm kidding. Be glad that you can't smell. You don't have smell-o-vision because I literally am by those dumpsters. And so a dumpster behind a restaurant, pretty gross. Meow. Meow. Cute. All right. So that's Wella Court. We've walked through before. That's the Little Tokyo Mall that we just walked through. It's funny that you say that because I always think that when you're walking through Boyle Heights, that you have to walk through Skid Row, and I've come pretty close to it. But we just took First Street, which is above that. I was kind of afraid I would be walking that way today. I have never eaten anywhere here, although I do really, really love this plaza. We did have to go through our snacks and translate some of the bags yesterday, which was really fun. Google Translate will translate for you. One bag had no English writing on it at all. It turns out it's calamari flavored, but I will be trying it. Just to let you know, we do have memberships available. Become a member, you get excellent videos just for you. We're going to do some fun events like the one we're doing tonight, live stream of Korean treats. It'll be a good time, and that is all. I really am most excited for the pistachio cake. It's Oh My Pistachio Cake. I love pistachio anything. I think it's a musician today. Oh no. I don't understand what that means, like to see my nips. That's only on Patreon. I love pistachio ice cream. It's mostly mixed with almond now, I feel like. It's always like almond pistachio ice cream, especially everybody's favorite Thrifty. That's a pistachio almond ice cream. This organ music makes me kind of want to shoplift, a la Breakfast at Tiffany's. I hope it's copyright free because it's perfect. Beef Arts has been on here before. There. Got a trolley edge, but it's alright. Sorry. Oh, the music was just good. Hey, Tom. Hey, everybody that's joined. I'm hoping you Sounds like Brian Adams or something. You just say racy things, provocative things. We're mostly pretty friendly here, so it's just a little different. No one's calling you a troll. We usually try not to talk about my nipples. It's a sore subject. I only have one. Okay. I'm like, is this a Christmas song? All of this is a joke. I'm not. I have two. I feel like they've been building this apartment building forever. Well, one of them is a nipple, the other one is a tattoo of Ronald McDonald sitting crisscross legged with his arms out and a rainbow connecting his arms. So technically, there's a nipple under that. I'm I'm all right with a little ribbon, but don't talk about Los Angeles on this channel. I'm gonna get really mad there, and I can delete and block people. I've learned how to do that. We're at the edge of Little Tokyo. LA construction can go on for years or just stop in the middle. Or, oh, like the high-speed rail. I think that's been going on since before I worked here. It feels like something that should have been built, the high-speed rail, like maybe 40 years ago. And I just don't think that people conduct business that way any longer. And we need like a high-speed rail to San Francisco. If I went to San Francisco, I know there's a train, I probably would drive and get my car stolen. It's just the high-speed rail it's been a mess. And of course, there's a lot of scam to it. And I think it just outlived its usefulness. When they were probably first planning it, yeah, it was great. When people actually still used all the offices in downtown San Francisco. The thing about the railways is that we really buried them for cars so long ago. It's going to take a lot for people to use the rails system the way that we drive. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's City Hall. I think the firemen are collecting donations, but they didn't have a boot out. I'd actually have a couple dollars in my pocket. I could have given them. One of my favorite things about the Los Angeles Police Department Ronald F. Deaton Civic Auditorium is the fact that City Hall reflects off of it. It almost looks like a big just chunk of building is missing because of that, and kind of creates the illusion of an open space in what's really a closed off area. I kind of love that building. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate because it's a lovely way to travel. I've taken the train a few times because of the state of the trains in general and the amount of people taking them. I think also they're kind of run down, and I've been on 2 trains that broke down in Needles, California, both of them. Every time I've taken the train, it must be the route that goes to Chicago because it's always full of Amish people. Or they're not Amish. I forgot what they were called. So we're walking towards like downtown 7th. This is probably a really boring block. But I think these couple blocks are a little bit boring anyway. Oof. LAPD is part of the reason why we are $1 billion in debt as a city. We keep giving money out to people who sue them for things they have done incorrectly. I'm just settling. We don't get political here, though. You know, LAPD history in Los Angeles is not very good. I might sneeze. I will sneeze. I just want to loop around back to I just want to loop around back to Main Street. I guess I'm not going to sneeze. A little more interesting. Oh. It might have done something. Let me know. Hold on. Let me know if that's any better. Something, hold please, another sound dilemma for today. Okay, that should have done the trick. Yeah, it looks like it did. Just a little plug-a-roo. I guess the transmitter wasn't fully charged. Let me put my Mikey on my hat. And we'll continue our walk. Let me know if the sound is crap or crepe. I wish we could walk the courtyard of that church. Oh, this is the Cooper Donuts Nancy Valverde Square. Little gay history right there. It's disgusting, the gangs, and embarrassing. And I I don't want to be like a cop hater either, because not every police officer is bad. I don't want to either start this conversation either. But geez, gangs, come on. LA government is pretty historically crooked also. That's why I want to stop, Joe. I don't want to get your goat. I'm liberal. Joe is a little more liberal. So this bar is called the New Jalisco Bar. It is the first gay bar in downtown LA. A little more gay history for you. I wonder if it's gotta still be a gay bar, because they wouldn't like advertise that. God gave us a mind to create. It is, Brandon. You are correct. We always walk by this. I just want to take a sec to soak in the full thing. Yeah, the smell is still around. I was going to say, right, Joe? If you had a show that you were going to. Oh, can I walk out the back gate? That would be lovely. I didn't go with you to the smell either. All right, so we've got like a fun tour bus here, so we're look at this as much as we can. The really kind of cool one on the end that I can't get to because I don't know if those people are peeing over there or what that tour bus action is. This, that's pretty funny, Brandon. Well, that's some great art, really. Anybody have access to Google? Whenever we walk down here, which is often, I make mention of this building and I never ever look it up. I'm at 3rd and Main Street, just above the St. George Hotel, sorry. And there's the building with the woman on it, like an old theater. If someone could look that up and tell me what that was, I would appreciate it. I'll never remember when I get home. There's the tunnel. One of the many tunnels. So it's definitely a theater. And I wonder if the building was like kind of severed, because it's really not deep enough to be a theater anymore. It's probably definitely, I was just really blocking someone on the sidewalk. It's probably a silent movie theater. Ooh, a hearse. We used to have a family song about hearses when I was a kid growing up. Kind of creepy now that I think about it. But literally my mom and dad would sing it. No wonder I messed up. Sorry for that that moment. I can't sing the song because it has the D word in it. And if I replace the D word with a unalive, it doesn't rhyme. Oh, maybe it does. Whenever you see a hearse go by, you will be the next to unalive. No, it doesn't work. Not too humid here. That's weird. I've never noticed this before. It's the threshold for a hotel that is long gone, the Glasgow. I'll have to look that up. Hotel Barclay. And then we're gonna look out across the street. There's a really cool little, where that guy was standing, a shoe store that closed in the 90s. Actually, it's not in this, yeah, it's right behind us. Shoe store that closed up in the 90s, and if you kind of peek in, it's exactly the same way. That's like a little time capsule. I think the temperature here is literally perfect. Let me see if I got the temperature somewhere. Weather tracker right there. We are looking at, I can't see because I have new comments, 66 degrees. We're at Main and 4th Street. Woody Guthrie Square is where we are. Right? Is that what that says? Woody Guthrie. I really do need to update my glasses. But yeah, Woody Guthrie Square. Honestly, from a distance, I thought it said somebody Gutierrez. "66 degrees in Woody Guthrie Square, vintage shop. God save the Queen." Anybody know what that is? Air raid siren, earthquake siren. No, it's really perfect down here today. When we were here on Friday, it was like 96, I think. Star pants manufacturers. I need some Star pants. What I want to know is, I've got these shorts and the weight of the material is perfect for summer, right? I wish I had pants that were made out of the same material. But the pant version has twill in it, like the Walking in LA cap that I'm wearing, which means they're too stiff. So let's walk down a little further. We're going to walk by the Hotel Rosslyn, the $1 Million Hotel, and take a peek at the Cecil, and then take a right there. It's fun when you see all these little squares on the sidewalk. like that. That means that underneath the sidewalk is a tunnel. And those little squares provide the lighting for the tunnel. So Rosslyn Lofts. Did I miss something? How am I a star? Are you talking about when that guy was really excited to meet me the other day? He probably didn't understand who I said I was. But if he did, awesome. I need like 1,000 more. It was a fun trip. Oh, Star Pants. This nickel diner over here, I'm gonna get out of here. This nickel diner over here is pretty awesome. I've eaten there once before. It doesn't even look like it's open right now. Maybe it's not open anymore. They had a really nice maple bacon donut. I don't really eat bacon anymore. That's a lie. I ate bacon yesterday. I try not to. What do I influence, though? Hopefully people to be nicer. I love the graffiti trail up that wall. The only influence I would want to have is to just make this place a little bit better, meaning Earth. Okay, enough about me. If I were an influencer, I'd be telling you what brand shorts I have on, and I would show you a link where you could buy them. They are my favorite shorts. I don't think I'm the type of influencer this brand is looking for, though. Even though I've been shopping in this store since they had a red phone in it to order. If you can guess the store. So we are coming up on the Cecil Hotel. On the left, hey Enzo, happy Wednesday. We just did a walk from Mariachi Square to Little Tokyo, and now we are Hotel Row, the historic downtown LA. Let me check my watch. 2.58 miles, so I've probably gone about 3 1/4 because I started it late. I want to take a second while we're down here to remind our members, if you can make it, Korean snack taste test tonight. Boom, there's our little overlay for that. It'll be yummy, it'll be fun. I'll have a tummy ache afterwards. Yes, I said tummy. So my tummy will look like this guy. That's me eating a snack. Cute. Sound check again. All right. So we've got that plugged in, that plugged in. Whew. Well, Hey, it didn't unplug. It just died. So I have no microphone now. I'm just using the phone microphone. But I'm a couple blocks from ending anyway. I'm not really sure because I had everything plugged in when I got home last night and this morning. I also plugged everything in for a couple minutes. Real pain in the ass. Sorry about that. It's a bummer because I actually had it plugged into charge, which brought it back to life before. So let me see. I wonder if, does this work? Yeah, I think the microphone is working by itself. So I can turn, it's just gonna be lower for the next couple minutes. Or louder. Hey, Macty. So I've lost my transmitter. I do have my microphone. Well, there's the glamorous Cecil Hotel. So before I had the transmitter, I just used the microphone by itself, and it was, the volume was just really, really low. So the transmitter enables me to turn down the background noise, which I love to do, and pump up the volume. Without that, I can't control those things. I can just talk in the microphone, which is what I'm doing now. So we're walking towards 7th Street Metro. We can wiggle around a little bit here. I'll give us that. I'm gonna try to charge my transmitter while I'm doing this. I don't trust the way I would do it. Okay. So, hold on, I'm just pushing. There we go. That's my shirt.
There's a crazy man right there.
Awesome. Alright, we are gonna need to avoid somebody in their darkest hour. Little do you know, Brandon, I feel like it's more punchy. But I'm gonna think good thoughts and put out good energy and really hope the best for that guy. Peace, man. It smells so delicious, like coffee over here. It's pretty cool. Protesting. So much busier down here than it was on Mother's Day Sunday. I gotta tell you though, I don't mind the Mother's Day Sunday. Hey, so this Dalai Lama is also, yeah, this is giving me enough red up, right? So that's that Dalai Lama that's near our house, on Western. It's also becoming a Fredo, so that maybe they all changed the name. What? 5 canned food items. That's pretty amazing. We have a bag to donate canned food items to our postman. I feel, I'm glad they do that, and I think we have to put it out this Saturday, but I can't imagine how angry the postman is having to carry all these canned goods from people's houses. That means we would need 10 cans. I'm pretty excited to go tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also too paranoid to think I'm gonna get there before 5 o'clock. As much as I would love to. We are trying to get there by 5:30, which means we probably have to leave at 4, even though it's only 30 miles away. I will be, hey, Gosu. I will be wearing a khaki walking in LA hat. If you recognize me, come over and say hi. It would be nice to meet you. I put up also, I think I mentioned it on the live stream, but I found a cache of downtown pictures from June 11th, 2015. I made a little short of it. The funny thing is, it was also taken during Broadway night lights with whoever was the council person there. Has their name on the marquee instead of Kevin DeLeon, the disgraced Kevin DeLeon. That theater is amazing. So I did a Broadway night lights video, and I think I actually thought about taking the train there. Joe didn't want to. Not that I'm blaming it on him. I sometimes feel more in control when I don't take the train. This classic, now classic Jaguar made by the Ford Motor Company. Here's Clifton's, doesn't look open. Clifton's is kind of like Pink's, I feel like. Like one's owned by a family and although Pink's is still owned by a family. Riding a scooter on a sidewalk, but you can. Ah, Joseph, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God, really appreciate that. I didn't see it on here, but there's some fireworks, some hearts. I don't know what this is, but you deserve it, and applause. Thank you so much. That's 5 more people that can watch our awesome video live tonight. I promise you, this one will be a little low tech, but as we grow as a channel, we'll be able to use better technology. It will be fun. Thank you, Ghosted. Neil's Cafe. Where did we see the mochi? Oh, way down there. Remember, I couldn't find any ice cream. I gave up and I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and all of a sudden there was a mochi shop. It was just like that movie, The Mist. Give up, unalive themselves, and then the army is right there on the other side of the fog. I give up, eat a stale donut and an iced coffee, and then the ice cream shop is just on the other side of the Dunkin' Donuts. To the Eastern building and then take a right. I think so. So we're at 8th. I walked a little beyond my train station, but I'm gonna go down to Eastern, take a right, walk back up. It's so beautiful today. So on Saturday, I don't stream anymore, but we do have some protests. So I might go down to City Hall to check those out. You know, that's usually like a shit show for me and connectivity. I have said the F-bomb on this when I walked into a bench. I'm really swearing up a storm today. Anyway, so I figured I might try to go down on Saturday. No obligation from you to watch. I'll put up a post that morning if I do. But it's a protest to impeach the president. Joseph brought a flyer home for it yesterday. Thanks, Ducky. Welcome. Gentle monster. So coming up is the Eastern building. It's now like residences, but this was a department store. I would still be going to department stores if they looked like this. It had everything. And I cannot remember the name of it at this time, but it had literally everything. I did say the F word. I'm gonna go back and erase it. I walked into a bench in Mariachi Square. It hit just below my kneecap. I have a real problem walking into things that are lower than my knees. I kind of don't see them. All right. No, it predates the Robertsons. Like, this is 1900s, 1920s. It's like, if you Google the building, Johnny Depp had a penthouse or two here, but if you Google the building, you'll see pictures of it as a department store. And so all the green that we see in the gold, it's all tile, the ceramic. Hey Arnold. It's kind of like that. It's very, well, what year? 9 years before The Wizard of Oz. This is the Eastern building. It was a department store. It's now residential. Johnny Depp lived here. This is not, I think, the apartment from that case. It's just a beautiful Art Deco wonder. If I wanted to be an architect, be the city I would study in, although I don't really like architects, by the way. More glass tiles on the sidewalk, so we know there's a tunnel under there. Isn't Bonwit Teller, New York? Hold on. Oh my gosh. There are literally, right? Johnny Depp bought the two penthouses and combined them. It's called the Eastern building, but it was a department store. And it's a department store that, like, is not from our lifetime. That's why I cannot remember the name of it. I remember Bonwit Teller. Do I ever? Sorry. I really appreciate you all being here. We've got a bunch of members, 5 new members that are going to be joining us tonight. We do have more memberships available if you want to watch us taste Korean snacks and do other things. When I get home, I'm going to post about an idea for a members walk, like a mystery kind of clue, like a game that we could play, just for something different. Toronto. That's in response to what we just did. I feel like I watch a streamer in Toronto a lot. Alright, turn your TV down. Think of it like Clue, right? So, very early in this live stream today, I mentioned that I was watching Zodiac last night. I did not finish it. Don't spoil the end for me. I watched Zodiac last night, or the first half of it, and I was like, imagine if we could set up a bunch of clues. Crazy. I'm going to be able to articulate it better written down. Set up a bunch of clues and have like a case to solve, and then go to different places. And you guys solve the case. Obviously, I couldn't because I would knew who done it, right? It was with Jake Gyllenhaal and Robert Downey Jr. and a guy whose name I can't remember. So we got some new members, really excited. Also, we're just gonna extend the walk a little bit to walk back up to where I need to go. I really loved, what was that movie they did, Nightcrawler? I really liked that movie, and I know Donnie Darko, like it's kind of like a cult classic all of a sudden, maybe in the last 15 years, but I always thought that was a pretty cool movie also. I can't think of any other Jake Gyllenhaal movies. I was wondering what happened to Maggie Gyllenhaal last night, because I felt like she was everywhere for a while, and she kind of disappeared. I think we still see Jake pretty regularly. I wouldn't do a real case for sure. I would invent a case like the glass owl. The glass owl unaliver. I moved from Boston to LA in 2003. And I've only been to Boston once since then, in the winter time. Because I actually grew up in New Hampshire, so I was heading to New Hampshire for Christmas and upstate New York. But I certainly needed to stop in Boston. And then should it be like film noir style? Like, I have a pretty solid idea, although I'm unable to articulate it while I'm walking around. We wouldn't be able to do it till next month, because I would really need to make it the best that it could be. But I think it would be funny. I do miss Boston. I miss it during seasons for sure. I don't know that now that most of my family lives other places and not New England, well, that's not really true. And my sister lives in Florida, and my mom doesn't live in New Hampshire anymore. She passed away. Like, I don't know that there's much draw for me to live in New England again. My hair is so curly, I just don't think I could deal with living in Florida. But I love Florida. Right? And then I could wear a hat. I could wear a fedora. So I'll post something about it tonight. We can work on it also. I'm definitely happy to take input. You guys will be solving it. It just sounded kind of fun. So we are at 9th and Hope. To our left, we have our haunted skyscrapers, or whatever they are, graffiti skyscrapers. And they're gone behind that tree. I really would love to go to Boston again sometime in the next year. I think personally though, I'd want to go in December. I know that's crazy, but I don't want to go somewhere. That's not really true. It smells like a flame broiled burger right now. So delicious. I don't want to go somewhere, or if I want to go to Boston, I want to see it in a season. I don't want to see it in summertime, super humid. I want to see it in winter or fall. I want to experience it like weather that I don't experience here, I guess. Hey, Christian. I wouldn't want to live in Florida, but I kind of am fascinated by Florida. I feel like I'm not insulting Florida, but I feel like it's weird in the way that California is weird, but different. Wedge juice bar. I've never gone there. That's the thing shove it into my Vitamix and have $10 worth of juice for 10 days. Well, the fruit would rot, but you know what I'm saying? It's so expensive, the juice. So we're gonna walk up Flower a couple blocks to the train station. We never walk up Flower. I just have like a romantic, maybe romantic is not the word, but romantic in my mind notion of how Boston should be. And I love, like, if I had to go to Massachusetts in the summer, it would be Cape Ann. I'd be staying in Gloucester or Manchester by the sea. And of course go to Boston or even Cape Cod. But I was more of a Cape Ann kid. I remember walking from Faneuil Hall to Northeastern one time, and it took no time at all because Boston is also really small. I just think like Boston's like a classy vacation. I remember one time when I lived in Boston, we were going to a 420 celebration on the Boston Commons, and we were driving down Commonwealth towards the Commons, and I've gotten pulled over there so many times. I wasn't driving, but we were all smoking a doobie in the car, and we got pulled over, and one of the guys just ate it. We didn't get a ticket, we didn't get in trouble. We continued on our merry way. Other than that, I have lots of memories of walking through the Commons in the winter time. Going to Downtown Crossing from like Copley Place. Looks like we're getting a beautiful new mural over here. There was another time, we're talking like 20 something years ago. So like I was driving home to New Hampshire for Mother's Day with an orchid in my passenger seat, belt buckled in. That was when orchids were really expensive. You couldn't get them at Trader Joe's for $9.99. I used to love to give my mother plants. So I got her an orchid. And of course, Mother's Day, I get pulled over by a cop who screamed at me. I ran a yellow light. He screamed at me, "Show me your hands!" And I was so disoriented by A, being pulled over, not a stone story, A, being pulled over and being screamed at by a cop, that I literally just stuck my fingers out the window, like, you know, when your mom says, "Show me your hands, clean hands." The cop just laughed at me. He said, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Oh, New Hampshire." "You know why I pulled you over?" "Yeah, I think I ran the yellow light." "Don't ever do that again." And he let me go. Go figure. I figure I say doobie because the algorithm might not catch that. They'll be thinking we're talking about the Doobie Brothers. The Brothers Doobie. Here comes someone's lunch. Its name is Tamu. Tamu is on delivery. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised. I think at that point in my life I had, or maybe like a couple years prior, I had a lot of speeding tickets when I first moved to Massachusetts. Like the very first year I lived there, I was driving back and forth from New Hampshire or Maine so much that I was always in a rush. No, I did not tell my mother. I also used to, in the like latter years, after my father had passed away, my mother's Thanksgivings got more and more healthy. Or anytime she would have a meal, like come up for dinner, it would be really, really healthy. So sometimes I used to get food on the way home. Oh, that's fun. I don't know what it's doing. There we go. All right. You guys. What's happening with the gimbal? Got a mind of its own. All right. I love when it does that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there's my train station right up here. I gotta go home and get charging, so we'll be able to eat snacks and be heard tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm glad we got to go to Mariachi Plaza together. If you weren't there, you can certainly rewind and check it out. I want to take another second before I sign off to say thank you to my members. Thanks, GoSid, for purchasing some memberships. That's really awesome. Again, we've got this going on tonight at 6:30. Oh, it's going to be a very tasty time for members. Really would love to see you there, but if you don't show up, you can always rewatch it and pretend you were part of that. Again, thanks so much, members. Really make all this possible. Really have a lot of fun doing this with you and for you. So I want to thank you all. Right now, this each takes a few seconds, so we'll walk around. We went 39 people now to 44. I'll have to add some new names for tonight. A little extra work. I'm starving now. I will make you lunch when I get home. Unless you want me to get you a hot dog from a 7-Eleven right behind me. Look at that. I'm so tired of staring at the snacks also. I'm tired of staring at the snacks and coming up with reasons to not eat them. Or excuses for why we can eat them and I can still run back to the HK Mart and get more. I've already gone to the HK Mart once more to replenish some snacks. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for walking in LA with me. I'm going to use my old logo here to say goodbye. I will see you tonight at 6:30. I gotta go home and plug in. Later, legends.